Good morning to all of you and welcome. Today we begin a very important topic, important from the board point of view. Because in this topic which we are going to do, which is called excess demand, which goes to be called another name, where we get inflationary gap. This is a very important topic, children. And normally in the board exams, you would have a question, sure, either an inflationary gap or a deflationary gap, which normally carries 6 marks. So you can see by the weightage of the mark itself that this topic is a very important topic from the board examination point of view. Excess demand, that is the inflationary gap, deflationary gap, which we are going to study in the days ahead of us. Right now, what is excess demand? Write down the definition. Excess demand. The excess of aggregate demand in brackets AD over aggregate supply within the brackets AS at full level of employment in the economy is called excess demand. So here AD is greater than AS, corresponding to full employment. Excess demand implies inflationary gap. Inflationary gap. It implies an inflationary gap. Inflation. What does inflation mean? Inflation means a rise in the prices. Why does excess demand cause an inflationary demand or an inflationary gap? Simple. Children, you must understand. When demand is more and supply is less, what happens? People run to get things because the supply is less. Mehul, get your video on, please. Because people demand is more, supply is less. So what happens? There is a rush to buy more because supply is less. When supply is less and demand is more, what will happen? Automatically the prices of that particular good will increase, isn't it? People will start buying or willing to buy even at an expensive rate. So write down in this, excess demand gives rise to an inflationary gap which causes a rise in the price level or inflation. Inflationary gap is equal to the difference. The inflationary gap is equal to the difference between the value of AD beyond full employment and AD at full employment. It is a measure of excess demand the gap is called inflationary as it causes inflation. Now, through the diagram, I will give the explanation. Okay. On the x-axis, we have income, output, and employment shown. And on the y-axis, we have AD, which is the sum of C plus I. We have the 45-degree line, which is the income line, which is also called AS. Okay. Now, this is the AD line, which cuts the income line at this point E. Okay, and this is called ADF. Okay, and this is dotted line is the new AD form when there is an increase, let's say, in some expenditure, in the investment expenditure. So first of all, copy this diagram, then I will explain in detail. Ready? Give me a thumbs up if you have done it. Not done. Okay. Okay, pay attention on the board now. Like I said, on the x-axis, I have taken the income, output, and employment. On the y-axis, we have aggregate demand, which is the sum of C plus I. We know that the income line cuts at the 45-degree line, which is Y. Okay, the 45-degree line is also AS. And the AD line begins from above the origin, you know why? Because of consumption and investment. Consumption always begins from above the line of origin because of autonomous consumption. That is, even when the income is zero, there is some consumption by people to survive. So always AD begins on top. The point where the AD cuts the income line at this point E, this is called the equilibrium point. This is the equilibrium point. Okay, now the full employment at this case would be OY. When you bring the line down from the point E downwards, straight line, this OY is the full level of employment. So this is the equilibrium point at full level of employment. Now, suppose due to an increase in the investment expenditure, the AD will shift upwards and form AD1. This goes upwards. Why? Because of an increase in investment. And if we draw a dotted line corresponding to E and put a point over there which is called F, this difference between E and F, this gap which is created because of the increase in the investment expenditure is called the inflationary gap or excess demand. It's called the inflationary gap or excess demand. See, previously the demand was only up to here. Because of the increase in the investment expenditure, there is a new AD curve formed above. It shifts to above. Now, if we take from this point E a point corresponding to this point, we get F. This distance between F and E is termed as the inflationary gap or the excess demand. Understood? Now, this is inflationary gap because of an increase in the investment expenditure. The AD curve shifts upwards. A new AD curve forms, which, when we draw a point corresponding to the point of equilibrium E, we name it F. This distance between E and F, this distance is called the inflationary gap, which is the excess demand. Now we will put it down in words. Write down. Write it down in a proper manner, like how I say. First point. X-axis measures the level of income, output, and employment. Second point. Y-axis measures AD. AD within brackets C plus I, consumption plus investment, plus sum of C plus I. Third point. OY is the full employment level of output and income. Which is determined at point E where the AD curve cuts the 45-degree line or the income line. The same 45-degree line or the income line. Fourth point. Suppose due to an increase in investment expenditure, the AD curve shifts upwards from ADF to AD1. From ADF to AD1. That is EF corresponding to OY. EF corresponding to OY. Next point, 6th point. The difference between the two is FE, which is a measure of inflationary gap or excess demand. Next point, the value of AD at full employment is YE. The value of AD at full employment is YE. And the last point, the value of AD beyond full employment is YF. Value of AD beyond full employment is YF. Have you understood, children? Once more, pay attention to the board. Try and understand what is going on. If on the x-axis we are taking income, output, and employment, on the y-axis we are going to show C plus I, which is AD. Aggregate demand is the sum of consumption plus investment. We have the income line, which is always drawn at 45 degrees. It is shown as Y or AS, aggregate supply. When aggregate demand cuts the aggregate supply at a point, that point is called the equilibrium point at full level of employment, that is at OY. The level of equilibrium point will be E. Now, because of an increase in the investment expenditure, this AD line shifts upward. It is shown by a dotted line from ADF. It shifts upwards, and we call this line AD1. Okay, and corresponding to E, if we take the line upwards, we get a point over here, and we name that point F. The difference between F and E this gap which is created is called the inflationary gap, or it is also called the excess demand. Okay, and the value of AD at full level of employment is YE, and beyond that it is IF. Now, children, just on this, what is inflationary gap? Explain the working of a inflationary gap. There is a 6 marks question which comes in the 6 marks question. So you can understand the importance of this question. There is inflationary gap and there is the reverse of this we will study, which is called deflationary gap. Excess demand or deficit demand. Now, very simple logic. Because of the increase, the gap caused between the new AD and the old AD is the inflationary gap. Now you will write down the reasons for excess demand below this. What are the reasons for excess demand? The following are the main causes of excess demand. Number 1, increase in household consumption. Increase in household consumption, expenditure, due to a rise in propensity to consume, due to the rise in propensity to consume. Second, increase in private investment, increase in private investment demand because of a rise in credit facilities or a decrease in the rate of interest. Third, increase in government expenditure, increase in government expenditure. Fourth, rise in exports and fall in imports. Rise in exports and fall in imports. Five, increase in money supply, increase in money supply by deficit financing, write down in brackets. It means financing, the budget deficit by printing of more notes, by printing of more notes. And the last point, increase in disposable income, increase in disposable income because of reduction in taxes. Write down effects on general price level. What would be the effect on the general price level? Effect on general price level. Excess demand causes a continuous rise in the general price, level. In other words, excess demand implies a situation of inflation. And inflation means rise in. So when the question comes, define inflationary gap, or what is excess demand, what is inflationary gap, children, you have to write all of these, because like I said, the weightage of the marks normally is a 6 marks question. First and foremost, you will give the meaning of an excess demand. Then you will draw the diagram explaining where excess demand is created and how it is created because of the increase in the investment expenditure, the gap which is caused when the AD curve shifts upward from, let's say, ADF to AD1, the gap which is created from E, which was the equilibrium point, and if we draw a corresponding point above F, the gap between F and E is called the inflationary gap, and the value of full employment is YE when it is at ADF, and when it is beyond, the full employment will be Y. Then you go to give the reasons for the excess demand and also what will be the effect on the general price level. Okay? Any problem? Any questions regarding this topic, children? It's an important topic. You must learn it. You must memorize it by heart. Practice it, especially the drawing part. Because like I said, it always comes in the board exam. It's an important topic. Either an inflationary gap or a deflationary gap is normally asked in the board exam. You can be sure to have this question. Okay? Any doubt anywhere among you? Any questions? Any queries? Any of you? No? If not, then we will stop today's class till here. Tomorrow we will do deficit demand, and that again we will do deflationary gap, which is an important topic, guys. So again, we'll meet tomorrow, same time, same place. Till then, have a nice day, all of you, and stay safe.